This is a freeze-dried meal from Forever Fresh. This particular one is Moroccan chicken with chickpeas. The meal comes in a packet like this, a plastic packet, which unfortunately means that unlike some of the other backpacking meals, you cannot eat the meal in the packet because you cannot add hot water to this packet. But Forever Fresh does sell a reusable silicone bag that you can decant your meals into and then eat out of the silicone bag. If I was doing it that way on a backpacking trip, I would definitely repackage from this quite thick plastic bag to a lighter weight Ziploc bag. The instructions on the back to make these meals all differ slightly, mostly with the amount of water that you add. And I must say, I'm not sure if these instructions are really the most efficient. The instructions recommend that you add a certain amount of cold water, then you wait for somewhere between 5, 6, 8 minutes, depending on your meal, for it to rehydrate, and then you heat up the entire meal. When I'm backpacking, I do not do that at all. What I usually do is I boil the water in my cook pot, then I add the boiling water to the meal, and then I leave the meal to stand to rehydrate for a while. The difference between freeze-dried and dehydrated meals is that freeze-drying removes more of the moisture from the meal, so the food itself is actually quite a lot lighter weight. It's noticeable when you look at a freeze-dried meal that it is lighter weight than a dehydrated meal. Freeze-drying also preserves a lot of the flavor and texture specifically. Dehydrating can often make things a bit leathery, and even when you rehydrate them, they don't necessarily go back to the same texture as before. Let's give it a stir and see where we are at. It's looking pretty good. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with a plate. Wow, it smells amazing. Looks absolutely delicious. That's very good. The chicken tastes pretty much exactly like you've just cooked chicken. So far, all of the meals that I've tested from Forever Fresh, every single one of them, the taste has been absolutely amazing. Delicious, delicious, delicious flavors. The only meals that I am not very impressed with are the lasagnas. I've had both the vegetable lasagna and the beef lasagna. The lasagna pasta sheets didn't really rehydrate properly. So the taste of the lasagna was exactly like you were eating a lasagna, but then every now and then you'd get this kind of crunchy pasta part that hadn't rehydrated properly, and that crunchiness really detracted from the meal. And I actually had 3 of those lasagnas. I had 1 beef and 2 vegetarian ones. So what I did the first time round is with the beef one and the vegetable lasagna is I followed the instructions on the packet to the letter. I added cold water, the exact right amount to both meals. Then I heated them up. Then I realized that there were bits of the meal that were just not rehydrating properly. So I added more water and heated them for an additional probably 10 minutes or so. And that didn't help at all. So with the third vegetable lasagna, what I did with that one is I added boiling water and I let that sit for quite a long time, about 15 minutes, I think. And even then, it just did not rehydrate those pasta pieces properly. But the rest of them that I've tried have been really delicious, and I will definitely be using the meals that Forever Fresh makes minus the lasagna on upcoming backpacking trips. In terms of the portion sizes for these meals, I've never struggled to finish the meal. I feel like it's a pretty good single person serving. I don't think you're ever going to have leftovers with their portion sizes, which I'm fine with. I don't want to carry additional food because it's just additional weight. But if you are used to eating one of those freeze-dried meals that's made for 2 people on your own, then you might need to get a little bit more than just 1 serving of food. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to see more videos from me, then you can click on my channel name, or you can subscribe to my channel to see videos that I'm going to make in the future.